Hey, friends, and welcome back to the Marketing Reseller Business Podcast. I'm your host, Stephanie, with Lady Suburbia and Biz Marketing Coach. Today, we're diving into part one of a new mini series that I will be working on over the next couple of months. And this is where I'm going to highlight some powerful, very powerful, but often overlooked resources available for small business owners like you. So whether you are a reseller, a service-based entrepreneur, or you just have your own brick and mortar, these are some tools that can help you access funding, free training, certifications, and even grants. So just a disclaimer, the resources that I am going over today will be highlighted in the description of the podcast. The links are not affiliate links. They're links that go directly to the website. So I encourage you to every single one of them to determine which one will best fit your business where you are right now. So let's get started. Now, if you are listening from another country, these are all United States based resources. Definitely take a look at your country and find if there is a small business community or a department that you could look into, some local and national resources that provide the types of tools that you need to help grow your business. There's also a lot of nonprofits that are international, but these are all US based. So I just wanted to mention that. So why should you care about all of these resources that I'm going to be discussing today? Because they're free, underutilized, and they can make a huge impact. I personally know every single one of these. I've utilized every single one of these resources. I've advised clients to look into these resources. So these are not just random ones that I just picked off the internet. I know that these 5 that I'm going over are vetted and they are helping small businesses. It really depends what you put into it and what type of information you need and how you can implement that in your own business. So if you are trying to save money on, spending in certain areas, I understand having a business can be very costly. This would be whether you're like trying to bootstrap, to grow your business or you're just looking for reputable resources. Either way, this is good. So the first one is the US Small Business Administration, or the SBA. They're like one of the OGs of small business support. They've been around for many years and they have free business planning guides and they have local mentorships through organizations like SCORE. And you can learn about certifications, getting government contracts. There's different access to capital and funding programs. There are tons of templates on the website and you can find a local small business SBA office in your area. You would just go to the website, click on your zip code or city and state, and it will tell you which particular office covers your area. There are also organizations that are grant funded through the SBA. They can be like community colleges or expansions of other organizations that don't work for the SBA. They're their own individual company that has a grant for the SBA to run SBA programs. I hope I'm clear on that. So there are a lot of events, in person, virtual, that these organizations hold, and some of them have support from the SBA as well. So definitely take a look at it. Whether you're trying to get certified and you're looking at working with government or larger corporations, they give you some guidance on getting basic 8A certification and minority certification that you can get through different organizations that they're affiliated with. There are tons. It's a wealth of information. So I encourage you to check out that first one, the US Small Business Administration, SBA, and type in what you are currently needing. Take a look at some of their templates, take a look at some of their upcoming events, and you'll dive in. The second resource is actually iFund Women. Now they are IFW by Honeycomb Credit. iFund Women was an organization I actually worked for when they started up back in, I want to say 2017 or 2016. I worked for them for several months while I was part of their second round of startup. And I was able to speak at South by Southwest on their behalf. And I traveled to Tennessee where there was a big support from the Nashville mayor, where there was an event that we held for 50 small businesses in the area. So it was huge, just a wonderful opportunity. But their focus was on closing the gap for women entrepreneurs and helping to find capital access to funds. And they did that through their crowdfunding platform. They have really evolved into something more than just that. They're coaching and events and education, mentorship, so many things. And just recently, iPhone Women was acquired by Honeycomb Credit, and now their resources are expanding to all small businesses, not just women, and offering basically some of the same tools on a higher level because now they've expanded their reach. So that is really good. Tons of resources. Yes, you can learn how to crowdfund. What are some ways to crowdfund? Suggestions on and resources to help you find access to capital. So that is a huge resource, and these are all national. The third one is you're probably very familiar with it, and it's Hello Alice. If you've ever applied for a small business grant, there's a likelihood that maybe it was housed on the Hello Alice platform. Hello Alice is big, and they have a large database, and the resources that they provide are, I kid you not, are just high level. And it's not specific to a particular state. They have grant opportunities that may be specific to a particular category, but there are organizations that will house their grant applications on the Hello Alice platform on their website. But this platform offers grant opportunities all year round, especially for underrepresented founders. And it's beyond just funding. They have accelerators, they have community forums, certification help, and they also send, like, I get emails from them a few times a week, and it's always popping in with different resources and certain organizations that have either they partnered up with or have sponsored to provide resources. And they're just offering very affordable website hosting, website design, access to some accounting software program that they have a pretty good connection with and a good discount. So it's just a resource that you can take a look at. And even if you're not interested in applying for grants, there's definitely a way for you to just go ahead and subscribe for their newsletter and get all of the perks and all of the things that they're announcing. You can take advantage and dive in. Number four, and I would say like 4.5. So there are two. So number four, and a bonus, this is specific to resellers, is eBay Seller Capital Program. I am a walking testimonial of the eBay Seller Capital Program. I was able to fly to Phoenix in November and film my testimonial, which is on YouTube. And I've been part of just some other things throughout the program. And I took just a very small amount, and it was the business cash advance program. That's what I participated in. So if I sell $500 in a day, then there's a percentage that goes towards the amount that I took out or borrowed, or the cash advance. And I love it because I don't have to worry about applying on a different website. I don't have to worry about all of the things involved, because I know as a small business, I know access to capital can be tough. And when you have an online only store, I find that all of the clients that I've advised, when they go to a traditional bank, because they have an online store, there is a little bit more challenging to get a loan. And so they're looking for non-traditional funding opportunities. And eBay Seller Capital Program was one. It was very easy. I am very happy with the program itself. Research eBay Seller Capital Program a little bit more. If you sell on eBay, then you have quick access to funding without affecting your credit score, and it can be a major difference in your business. A lot of people have probably got tons more money than I did. I took a very, very small amount, but that allowed me to level up my business by buying inventory in bulk and trying out different categories. So that is something that's pretty good. Definitely go ahead and check them out. If you have access to other financial institutions that provide capital, it's about capital for your business, and you have a relationship with that financial institution, definitely take a look at that. But if you sell on eBay, this is one that I think you should look into. 4.5 is eBay's Up and Running Grant. They have it every year. They've been doing this is probably year 5 or year 6, but it'll probably open up in the next couple of months. And eBay's Up and Running Grant provides a cash grant of $10,000 to 50 sellers. Also some training and other perks. And I'm not affiliated with the eBay's Up and Running grant. I just know that I've applied multiple times and it is definitely life-changing for those that have won. So keep an eye out. Keep an eye out for that, as it'll probably be announced within the next couple of months. And last but certainly not least, for this round one of the mini series of resources for small businesses is Verizon Digital Ready. So it is a website brought to you by Verizon, and on the platform it's packed with tons of free online courses, and they also have some grants. It's especially good if you're working on you trying to build out your online presence for your business or like a digital marketing strategy. And so there are tons of courses, and they have some exclusive funding opportunities for those that are either attending live events, online events, webinars, or even watching some of the training. I participated in a lot last year, and as I was listening to experts present, I then qualified to apply for some of the grants that they were having towards the end of the year. Now, I didn't get any of the grants through Verizon, but I learned a lot, even as someone that is in the marketing world, a marketing strategist and advisor. Learning from other businesses was very helpful, and I took notes and I implemented some of the things that I learned on the webinars and the courses that I participated in. So those are the 5. I just wanted to emphasize the importance of looking at resources that are available to you. None of these cost anything. You're not paying out of your pocket to go to the website and to learn about what they do and to look at the free resources available. So take a look. All the links will be in the description of the podcast. Research, find out which one works for you. They all have a social media platform in some way, shape, or form, or at least a newsletter that you can subscribe to. And as you start getting notifications from these organizations, you will be able to figure out if this area of your business you need help in, if that particular website is providing that resource. So these are 5. They're not my top 5, they're just 5, and this is on a national level. You can dive in and research more on the local level, even on the state level. I'm in Texas, and so we have a department within the government that provides resources for small businesses, and that's on a state level. And then they're on the local level, depending on the different cities that you live in and the organizations and the chambers and all of that. And then there's nonprofit organizations. So these are national, but if you live in a particular state, there are so many resources or available to you. There are grant opportunities. There are nonprofit organizations that want to help you, but it will take work. So it's not just applying and putting in a few words and that's it. You really have to put work and effort into helping your business grow. It's not just something that's going to happen overnight, but these resources are legitimate and valuable resources that I feel will assist you to help grow your business. So that's it. That's part 1 of our small business resource roundup. Hopefully it was quick, impactful, and eye-opening. And in part 2, I don't know when that will be, probably in the next month or 2, we'll highlight even more resources, and I will give some testimonials on others that I have used in the past. So if you love today's list and loved this particular podcast regarding resources for your small businesses, definitely like or comment on the podcast. You can also DM the podcast on social media, the Marketing Reseller Business Podcast. Take a look. We're on multiple social media platforms, and I'd love to share some of your suggestions, if you have any, on a future podcast. So until next time, thank you so much for listening. Keep growing smart, keep reselling, keep running your business, and keep showing up for your business. This is Stephanie with the Marketing Reseller Business Podcast, and I'll catch you on the next episode.